Hi and welcome to our channel Mike and Street Bob. In today's video we are going to show how to operate our lift in a safe and secure way. Furthermore, we are going to go through a number of areas where the lift can be improved. If any of this has your interest, stay tuned and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also find us on Instagram. Thanks. A few basic information about the platform. The platform has a lifting capacity of 600 kilos, which is much more than the weight of Bob. The total length of the platform is 274 centimeters. The width, as shown here, is 75 centimeters. It is possible to buy two extensions plates so the platform or the lift becomes much wider. The lifting height of the platform is 109 centimeters, which gives you a really good working position. The height of the platform when it's all lowered down is only 16 centimeters above the ground. The platform comes with a movable control unit. Easy to operate, simply turn it on. Once it's turned on, the light will turn on here. Then there are two buttons, one for moving up and one for moving down. When you're moving down the platform, there will also be a sound alarm telling you to be careful to make sure that nothing got stuck under the lift. The control unit is easy to connect. It only requires 220 volt, so no need for an electrician. The lift comes with a front wheel chock, and one part of the chock is fixed to the platform. The other one is movable, and you can move it by using this handle, as you can see here. This part is slowly sliding towards the fixed part of the chock. Before driving Bob onto the platform, it's needed to open the chock as much as possible. When driving the bike up onto the platform and placing the front wheel, it's very important that the front wheel is touching this side of the fixed part of the chock. If the wheel is in the center or in the middle of this gap here, basically you have to move the wheel or sliding the wheel across the platform towards the fixed part by using the movable part, and that's not an easy job. So it's much easier in the first place just to place the front wheel touching this side of the fixed chock, and then afterwards tighten this and tighten it only on the rubber part, not the rim. The rim it's no good to tighten it on the rim, only on the rubber part, and it's also much safer if you have somebody to help you doing that. So, as shown here, the front wheel is now in the chock, and it's touching the fixed part of the chock. And then, with the help of a friend, you can still hold the bike, and then he or she will move the movable part of the chock onto the rubber or the side of the wheel, not the rim. And then after that you can start tightening up the bike with the straps. This is in my opinion a job that requires two persons if you want to do it in a safe way. Another thing that's important when you drive onto the platform for the very first time is to make sure that the frame or the bottom of the bike does not hit the platform or the ramp. If so, you can place something under the ramp, so you will change the angle, or else you simply have to make a different ramp to drive on. In this case, it's no problem. There's plenty of free height or space between the ramp and the frame of Bob, so no problem. Another important safety feature I will show you now is like a safety device when you are using the lift. When you're moving up the lift, when it's turned on like this and you start moving up the lift, I will show you. It will be visible shortly. Here, there's a small safety plate here. Now it's not in the lock position, but I will move it up a little bit further, and then you can actually hear once it falls into the right position. This is extremely important because as for now, this is not safe. So basically, it will take my arm off if something happened here, the pressure was cut off the cylinder or something like that. So this is important, very important. So let's move up the lift a little bit more, and then you'll hear a sound when the plate kicks in to the right position. See, now you heard it, and it actually now are in the first position. If I keep moving on up, now it's in the second position, and this is also right. And the next step will simply be to lower the lift a little bit, basically until it will stop going down. At this moment, the safety plate is in the right position and locking everything up. And another important thing by doing this is you will take the pressure of the cylinder. So if this wasn't done and you lift it up and have a Bob on top of this, there'll be a lot of pressure on the cylinder, and eventually it will give in and start leaking. So to avoid that, always use the safety plate, of course for safety reason, but also to take the pressure off the cylinder. So once you want to move it down, you simply use this handle and lift up the safety plate. But before we do that, we lift up the whole lift a little bit, and hereby we release the pressure on the safety plate. So like this, and now I can, you see, I can move the plate up, and now it will be possible for me to lower the whole platform. But again here, make sure that there's nothing stuck underneath the platform, a tool or toolbox or somebody's foot or whatever. It's very important. And then you can lower the whole platform. And as you can see here, the platform is moving down extremely slowly and nice. And once we got the platform, this wasn't the case. It was like hammering to the ground, so to say. And the reason for that was in the control unit. I will show you now. I'll just turn the camera. In here, there's a small throttle valve. It's actually in here, but again, check the manual. And this throttle valve needs to be adjusted. And by adjusting this, you can control the speed for the platform going down. So you can actually get a pretty smooth down movement, so to say. So this is just a simple thing, but very important. One of the key improvements I want to do is to get rid of the existing chock and instead place this. And in this case, we'll bring up here, and eventually this part will flip over, and the front wheel will go into these two bars, between these two bars, and this will lock the backside of the wheel. At this moment, the bike will be pretty secure and locked, so it's possible to get off the bike and then tighten the security strips. You can do that on your own, so to say, and in the other case, basically you have to be two persons. So that's why I want to build this and have this installed in the lift. Another thing is also when placing the straps, like the hooks here, there are a few cutouts at the side of the platform, but the hook is not very nicely or neatly fitting into this. Instead of that, I want to place maybe here on the top of the platform or on the side. I haven't decided that, but I want to place 4 eye bolts so the straps can easily be attached. On the back end, I'll just lift up the platform, and then we can have a look on some of the improvements here. One thing I would like to do here is on the this platform here for driving up. I just want to put in our logo. This is only to jazz it up a little bit, but it has nothing to do with the functionality. And the same on the side of the platform, I want to put our logo as well, and maybe some light underneath. All this is simply just to jazz it up. Another thing I would like to do in this part here, which can be taken out and you can drop down the wheel, I want to make a plate where I install some rollers, and by doing that you can actually spin the back wheel when it's on the platform. I think this could come in handy at some time. So these are the changes I would like to do on the platform. Yeah, and maybe one more thing also on the back. I would like to make something like this and slide in on the back wheel, so it's also locked on the back wheel. And all this will simply improve the overall safety on the platform. So important improvements, and this will be in my next video. So thanks for following us. Bye.